up onto the toe, the other opposite knee nice and high, long through the trunk, making sure knee, hip, ankle all extend. Same thing, so high knee, one side, up onto the toe, hips and shoulders. Yep. So lunge walk, step forward, hips and shoulders level, down, up, step high and through, down, step high through. Everything in a nice straight plane. Four variations, nice and tall, trying to keep length through the trunk. A step, leg back bend at the hips and the knee, up tall, step through. So step, tip, come back up, then step through. Tip, come back up. Want to be long through the trunk, have good balance, and we're not just pivoting it back. Hips are nice and level. A skip, quick contact time on the ground. High knee. Right. So the high knee run, we want to be nice and tall through here. We're not leaning back. The high knees are up. Good. We don't want to lean forward. We're trying to get up underneath. So butt keep up here. So karaoke again, hips and shoulders are high, over in front, over behind, making sure the front leg, we pick it up. First sort of exercise, tandem balance, so one foot in front of the other. Start with eyes open. To make it more challenging, we can close the eyes, aiming to keep nice and tall. Once we take vision away, it becomes a bit more challenging. From there we can progress onto one leg, single leg balance. Again, eyes open, eyes closed makes it much more difficult. And then to challenge things a little bit further, we can use a soft mat or a foam mat, something like that, that'll make it a little bit more challenging. And we can add dual tasking, throwing, catching balls, doing some little drills with a ball while you're balancing on one foot. They can all be included as well. We use a bit of TheraBand. So tied around the ankles. So this is again a balanced proprioception exercise. Standing on one leg, we're swinging out from the hip. The side you're standing on, we don't want a teapot. So we want to stay nice and tall, swing out and in, and then we can just change sides. Do the same on the other side. The focus isn't on how far you go, it's being nice and tall through the stance leg. Okay, then from there we can go into a crab walk or a monster walk. So we're down in a defensive position, and it's just a side step from big to bigger, like a defensive stance. Again, we want to stay tall through the trunk and shoulders, so we're not tipping over, so everything's tall and everything's strong. Again, for more proprioception, we're going to do a two-legged jump with a single leg landing. So two up, one. Again, we're looking to be nice and tall. Soft landing, bend at the knee and the hip. And what we want to avoid is this sort of landing, or this. So up on two, down on one. Up on two, down on one. To vary that, we can look at landing at different angles. So up on two, down on one out to the side. Up on two, forward, landing on one foot backwards, different angles. Then we can actually have somebody make contact, so it's up on two, get bumped, land on one leg. Up on two, get pushed somewhere else. We've got to stay nice and stable and strong on the landing. 45-degree angle bounding. So again, we want to focus on the landing technique. First one is to land nice, soft and stable. We're looking for height and distance. Again, we want to try and avoid too much tipping at the trunk or too much loss of control at the knee. then after doing that with good control, we're going to look at doing it a little bit quicker. So we hit the ground, take off a bit quicker. Still looking at nice controlled landing. Then we can go on to some hopping. So the first one is just forward hopping again, looking at sticking and controlling the landing. Then we can add some 45 degree, again making sure we're nice and tall at the trunk, we're not collapsing and losing our balance. So we'll use the line. So again, for our proprioception, using a line, we can actually go over and back over a line. To start off with, we focus on a nice soft landing, then we can speed it up. We can add things like turn to change direction and take off to add. So on a whistle or a call, we can change the angles, but we're looking at making sure in that hop situation we're nice and tall, same thing, forward and back, and then we can change direction to take off. And finally we can add and combine those using sideways forward, squares, figure eights, and different variations on hopping, but always concentrating on a nice, strong, stable landing. So looking at landing, we're going to make it a bit more challenging. So we're going to use an object to jump over. Rollers or hurdles work really well. So 2 feet to start with, coming over and landing. Again, we want to make sure we're not elephants. We're not going to hear the ground be hit really hard, so try and get a soft, stable landing. Add variations. We can change in the air, land at a 90-degree angle or a 45-degree angle. Same thing, we want to make sure we're soft, bend at the knees and the hips. So, slightly less angle. Then again, to progress a little bit more, we can do it with taking off on 2, landing on 1, which becomes much harder, but a little bit of demonstration. And we're trying to make sure that we turn in the air and we land nice and stable. We don't want to get in a situation where we land and then twist. So we want to get the movement in the air, stop and land. Then the last phase of that is single leg. So hop, over, stick the landing. We want to be like gymnasts. Stick the landing soft and stable. And then we can add different degrees of landing and different angles. So we're getting nice and stable. And one more. Find the dual task, having somebody throw a ball. So as we land, we're going to catch a ball. So we've got to focus on something else, or you can throw it yourself. So it's up in the air, and you've got to catch the ball. Same thing, you can use a wall with a ball. We catch, we start in a nice straight line where it's predictable, and then we put the ball on different angles and get a second task to happen. Still focusing on getting a nice stable landing, soft and stable. Go get a good one. Good. First one is really good, is down in defensive stance. A few slides one way, make sure we plant, push off, come back, and then turn and accelerate, as if we're going to have to move up and down the floor. So we've got that one again, so quickly, so slide, back, turn, take off and go. The other one we're looking at is our decelerations, so we might have a closeout, come back, then take off with a bit of speed. If we want to make that a bit more challenging, we can have guys move out on a whistle or a coach's call. We can have different landings, so we might have a jump stop, as quick as we can, nice and light. We can use our stride stop, go, stop, and then we can look at our single leg landings. So deceleration is still really important. So stop, one leg, go, stop, other leg. Again, looking at being nice and stable. And then we can have a look at accelerating from different positions. So 3-point start, go, Accelerating out of that, we get into different positions. A push-up position, I call a go, for up and accelerating. So engaging different muscles, switching on a variety of different muscles. We can start on the floor, go. These are all different things that can happen in a game. We can have, okay, sit down, get up, go. And so we're looking at trying to vary the starting position or the starting point. And then dominant exercises. So this is a single leg deadlift. So your shin is against the chair. You're keeping contact with the shin on the chair, bending your hip and your knee, keeping your trunk nice and square. And we're going to touch the bed or the chair and come back up nice and tall, making sure we finish tall each time. Okay, the next hip exercise is a single leg bridge. So again, we want to keep our hips square, lifting up, squeezing through the butt and hamstring. Weight predominant through the heel. To make it harder, we can just challenge the balance with less support in the upper body. And the last exercise is a little bit more for hamstring. On a basketball court with socks will work well, but here and here. So we need a surface that will slide a little bit. So we start in a bridge while our hips are up. We're trying to slide our legs out straight, then our hips come down. So hips go up, we slide straight, come back down, up, slide